Right, you should now have your sight and your bolt holder on now. So your crossbow should look like this. Next we'll do the trigger guard, and the trigger guard is exactly the same as the other bit, just measure out about this length, bend it into this shape, drill 2 holes, countersink them, and on the underside of the crossbow, hang on, on the underside of the crossbow here and somewhere here, you have to chisel in a little bit to inset the trigger guard. If you don't want to do that, you don't have to, but it will make it more comfortable at a later date. So that's what we do now. About this thickness, can be thinner if you don't like it that thick, and about that kind of shape, so that it'll fit on like that. May need a bit of adjusting, and I don't think the trigger will probably go back if it was there, which means you just bring it down a bit, that's all. Alright, so do that now. Right, before you fix your trigger guard on, make sure that the trigger can go back, and then bring the guard down as low as possible, but leave a little gap. This won't actually stay there at the minute. Leave a little gap, as low as possible, but leave a bit of a gap, so a little bit higher than that, and then you want to screw that on in place there. Remember to finish it quite neatly to save you having to take it off and doing it. And screw that on. Actually, once you screw that on, I'm going to have to take it off anyway to shape the handle. So do that, put it on, make sure it fits, and then take it off again. And then we're going to do the handle. Right. The crossbow, for all the sort of mechanics, is basically done now. Right, with my little tweak in here there. The next thing we'll do is round over the handle, all the edges of the handle. It's only this back bit underneath and the side. All the rest should really be done. So round that over with whatever you've got, sandpaper, rasps, files, whatever. And then we're going to finish it. So yeah, so do that, start shaping the handle, and then come back, and then we'll start finishing it up completely. Right, I'm not sure where I was on the last video now, because I had to stop for a couple of hours. What we want to start doing now is shaping this handle. Yeah, getting that ready. So just take off the trigger guard, and then start shaping the handle in a nice curved shape. Right, I've curved the edges of my handle right now, and now we're on to the last jobs. What you want to do now is sand down all the aluminium. If yours is like mine, yours might be nice and shiny anyway, so you don't need to do this. But if it's like mine, sand it all down, get rid of all the paint. Fill any holes with filler, any cracks, any, you know, I've got a big one in the back there, look, fill that. Fill a couple underneath and at the front with polyfill or whatever filler you got. And then sand that down again, and then it's ready to paint the handle then. I'm going to have to actually paint mine black or something to cover up the filler. If you use wood colour filler, you could probably still stain the handle. And the last job, all we've got to do is drill a hole through there, and then put that little bolt, there should be the only thing left, the little bolt that goes in there, that acts as the front pin for the sight. So when you come back, you should have all the metal all sanded down to bare metal, that front little pin on, and all the holes filled and sanded down again. And then we may have to come back tomorrow for the next bit, so that the filler is dry. Alright, see you in the next bit. Right, just a little update, because I had to stop for the whole day and come back. This is the next day. Right, so I've got it all filled, and I've got most of the metal down to bare metal. I'm going to leave it as a brushed metal effect, I think. So all I've got to do now is sort out all the metal so it's a nice brushed finish. Drilled a hole for the sight, because I haven't quite done that yet. Put on the trigger guard, and I'm going to paint my handle black. All the wood is going to be black, so it'll probably be black underneath, black around the front. The top obviously won't be, because that's where the string rubs across. But all the other bare wood will be black. Yeah, so at this point you can do exactly the same as me. Put it all back together and you've got it, and it's done then. Put your handle back on. And if yours is pumping, then you've got a pump action version. If not, I'll show you how we'll make this into a nice little sort of survival crossbow. So next video it should be virtually done. It should be done really. You know, I don't need to show you how to paint a bit of wood. You know, it's just I'm just gonna put mine on with either a brush or a little sponge. You know, yeah, that's it. So put it back together, it should be done. Right, that's one pump action crossbow finished. I will at this point tell you that if you're following along doing this, don't expect it to shoot perfectly first time. It might do, but with making these homemade crossbows, 95% of the time they never shoot perfectly the first time. You have to spend a lot of time adjusting them and adjusting bits. I've already had to adjust the nut, and I might have to adjust the top sight so it goes, not the actual top sight, but move the whole thing forward so that the spring bit, this part, is more in the middle, because at the minute the string's jumping over the bolt, but if you just have the bolt forward a bit, that can work. And also, like I mentioned before, the pump, it just doesn't work at all on mine, so I'm going to have to take that off and I'm going to change this crossbow slightly. But anyway, you've still got a perfectly good working crossbow, even without the pump. It just would have been a good concept had it worked, and like I said, you don't know, yours might have worked. I reckon it probably would have worked if I could have had it wider, like it was supposed to be. Wider and a better quality groove may have worked, with the shims inside fitting the groove better, or possibly some draw runners instead of a groove. But that's all stuff to try another day, you know. But that's what it looks like, and in a minute this will be the end to this, and in the next videos I'll do some shooting and an actual review and talking about it. So yeah, there it is. That is the finished pump action crossbow. Don't forget to visit my blog, links down there. I hope you enjoyed the video series, and if you followed along, you know, I hope you enjoyed it. And it's just a pity the pump didn't work, innit, really. So see you later.